Oh, What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Joining me today, my co-host, Kelsey and JoJo. And yeah.
Everybody, I have no fungus news for this week.
Well, there we go. Damn, podcast over.
Podcast over.
There was something. Oh, we didn't get the official layout, but we got some of the layout of E3. Unfortunately, Square Enix is not presenting on my birthday. Damn it. I was so hoping that they were going to present on my birthday. Fuck. But they won't be till day 2. So I'm going to see Square Enix until Sunday. That sucks.
I'm sorry.
What do you get for your birthday? Like Ubisoft or something?
Fuck yeah. Fucking Ubisoft. Who cares about... Nobody cares about Ubisoft. Fuck Ubisoft.
Oh man, they used to have the best ones because they would hire like an actual person to host them. Oh, they had Aisha Tyler a few years, and then it was like they'd Hale once, like, and it was always like a mess because like it was people who were not into it necessarily.
Right.
All these like pre-written bits to try to be funny, and it was always a disaster.
Oh
and they
God, that sounds like
people.
art.
They do those Just Dance games, so they would always open up with like people in like panda costumes coming out and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they won't have any of that shit this time because all digital place to be. Those used to be so fun.
If I had an event and I had to pick somebody to host it for now and ever, it will always be after the fucking last, I don't know if that was Golden Globes or Emmys or whatever the fuck he did, but Ricky Gervais will forever be the host. I will most sought after host of all time will be Ricky Gervais. Love him. Oh my God!
I definitely thought you were going to say Danny DeVito. To be honest, like
That'd be
I
great.
have a deep
He
love
can
for
be up
Danny
there with
DeVito.
him. He can be up there with him, but I mean, Rick, after his last fucking thing, whenever he was cracking those jokes time and time again and just being a dick about the fact that he didn't want to do it anymore, it was so great. It was so great. Oh man, that was like the first and only time I've ever watched one of those was just because he was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm here, 5th time in a row. I keep picking up this stupid fucking phone. So I was just like, this guy is so over this. I just love I started it with like, don't come up here and give your political views and all this long talk. Just get up here, accept your award, fuck off. Nobody cares. I was like, this is fucking great. Oh, he was cracking me up. But anyways, but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, so Keanu Reeves, that was a big one. A lot of people enjoyed whenever Keanu Reeves showed up for fucking whatever game that was.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
That fucking atrocity. So, I feel like it's a dual-edged sword, right? Whenever you have a big name, obviously there's going to be a lot of attraction to that. But at the same time, I feel like if they're not really there for the gaming community, there's a big chance for backlash. Perfect example, Natalie Portman. She went to Comic-Con. Never should have done that. That was a fucking terrible idea. She should have never went to Comic-Con. That was a terrible idea for her. How she's still in the Marvel movies at this point, beyond me. But she is.
I mean,
I don't feel the video game... Well, she fucking did that whole blow-up where she was talking about, like, fucking comics are for nerds. Like, you guys should grow up. It's
not wrong. Comics are for nerds.
Yeah. Comics are for
We're
everybody,
nerds. It's
JoJo.
fine.
Comics are for everybody, JoJo. You don't have to be a nerd to like comics. Comics are for everybody.
You just don't think you're a nerd.
Me?
Like,
No, I completely know that I'm a nerd. I have zero issues with that. Zero issues with that. I just feel like
You just
comics
don't
are for
wanna be told
everybody.
that.
I just don't know. I could care less about that. I just don't feel that someone who's making money off of something should go and talk shit to fans about that. I don't think that that's right. Personally,
That's
myself. You're the reason you got to... Fans are the reason you got a paycheck for this movie. And the fact that you're going to be able to go into the next one because it did so well. Like, I don't really think
So
that
maybe
you should go
don't
out there
be
and talk shit about
disdainful.
them. Yeah. Why bite the hand that feeds? I mean, it makes no sense. So, I feel that comics are one thing. Obviously, Disney's pocket is Disney's pocket. But I don't feel the gaming community would be as forgiving. You know what I mean? Like, let's say Cyberpunk was shit and they want to fucking... It was. and they want to do a second one. And they bring Keanu Reeves back, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we had a great time last time I was here. You guys shouldn't be bitching and complaining that Cyberpunk was bad." That there'd be an outrage. Like, who the fuck are you talking to, dude? I spent $60 on your piece of shit game. I have every right to be fucking mad that it was fucking terrible. Like, I feel like there's a lot of chance for blowback there, and I feel like you have less opportunity to fuck that up if you get somebody, for instance, the chick who voiced Aerith, right? She was a big name in the gaming community well before she started doing voice acting. So you already have that person that's part of that gaming community, so I feel like it would be safer going that route, is basically what I was trying to get at. And I know that completely destroys my first person, which was Ricky Gervais, but fuck it, We don't know. He might be a gamer. Fuck it.
When they have a celebrity show up at these things, asking that like Keanu did, it's like they're on a pretty tight leash. They come out and say, "Look, here's a thing. I'm in it. Want to see my character? Look." And then they show, like, they don't express opinions about things necessarily.
That's fair.
Except there's one, like, 12 years ago now or something. Jamie Kennedy hosted one of those things.
Really?
And just shit on people in the audience, like, hardcore. And then, there was backlash to that, but also Jamie Kennedy was already washed up at that point. That didn't matter.
That's fair.
But, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like there's a lot of risk there with the gaming community, because the gaming community is a very, very outspoken group, I guess I could say. I don't know the right word I'm looking for here, but yeah, I mean, we've had gigantic companies like Blizzard get completely booed and heckled off their own stage at their own con. That's some fucking power. That is some fucking power. Like, I wish I would have been there for that, for the announcement release of Diablo Immortal. I wish I would have been there for that, because that was, watching that on YouTube just wasn't enough, man. Wasn't enough. I wish I would have been a fly on the wall in that fucking back room when they got back there. It was like, what the fuck were we thinking? Why did we come out here with this? Of course no one was gonna fucking like this idea. They've been waiting on the next computer game for fucking ever. We're like, now you can play Diablo on your phone. Who gives a shit?
You have a phone?
I'm gonna guess they did not they expected it to go well, and when they got back in, like, off stage from that, they were probably like, "This must just be a bad crowd. This is a great idea, right?" And like had this little moment of like validation among all of them, and it wasn't until they got back to the office that the people at the office were like, "This is terrible. That did not go the way we wanted it to. All right, new thing."
There's definitely an element of they didn't expect the backlash, because I think a lot of the backlash was like, oh, this thing is Diablo, but we want this other thing to be Diablo. And Blizzard, these people are there like, okay, this thing exists and has nothing to do, like, it's not impeding the existence of the Diablo you want. This is just another thing we're also making.
Well, it was the problem was the problem was the way the way they announced it. That was the problem. They announced the event. They said, if you're a fan of Diablo, make sure you show, or you're going to want to make sure you show up for this. That was their issue. So you have all these hardcore nerds, if you want to fucking call them that.
I mean,
that show up.
That
show up. Hey, I'm a fucking Diablo fan, dude. I love it.
Well, I mean, but the people who are in a BlizzCon audience.
I mean,
at that point,
I would go to BlizzCon. BlizzCon would be pretty sweet.
You are also really a self-admitted nerd.
I feel like
there's there.
I don't know. I don't know if you can call BlizzCon like just a nerd convention anymore. With Overwatch being the way it is and it being such a competitive like esport platform, I don't know if you can just. I don't know if BlizzCon falls under that anymore. Like before,
I hate to break it to you, but anyone who's doing a competitive esport is also a fucking nerd. That's not. They're not. Fuck.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You see some of them. I don't know. I feel like so that's that there's that weird situation, right? We've talked about this before when Darkstar did a sports show on. There is a very small group of people, I fit in this category, who love sports, loves cars, loves exercise, and is a diehard video gamer, comic book reader, so on and so forth. Like, I don't understand why that's like such an exclusive club. I don't get it. Like, I mean, it would be different if like all those situations weren't also in video games, but they are. You can play NASCAR, you can play Need for Speed, you can play Madden, you can. I'm sure there's some kind of fucking workout game out there. I don't fucking know. I haven't looked for it.
We Fit.
Well, I meant as far as like that you're not working out. I meant like as in like you have a virtual. Yeah, you're not driving in a fucking car in a speeding game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Excuse me, Final Fantasy VII Remake with all that like squat.
That's fair.
Like, come on.
That's fair. Squat, pull-ups. That's fair. That was in there.
Yeah.
I meant more of a game that was solely just that. I mean, now if they made a Final Fantasy workout game, by God, I'm buying it. That's happening. But that's just because I'm a diehard Final Fantasy fan. I'll pick it up. Fuck it. Let's go.
They
Peace.
just have
Done.
your money at this point.
They
just like, if you have money, it belongs to them.
I actually said it the other day. I was like, how do I go about just signing my paychecks over to Square Enix? Because this is going to make Kelsey's skin crawl right here. I went to GameStop and pre-ordered me my physical edition of Final Fantasy VII Remake. What's it fucking called? Intergrade?
Intergrade.
Yeah, Intergrade. Even though I get Intergrade for free because I have it on my PS4 and I get the free upgrade for PS5, they are coming out with a steelbook that I do not own yet. So, yeah.
I'm in physical pain. Why you do this? Why don't you just tell me, like, Kelsey, take the headphones off so you don't have to hear this for a minute. We're going to say things that make no financial sense and it's going to hurt you. Like, I take psychic damage when you do this. You take financial damage, I take psychic damage. That's how this works.
I'm happy about it. I love it. I'm
That's
excited.
terrible.
Can't wait. So
You're the worst.
You know, but it's pretty cool steelbook, so I'm gonna take it.
I'm sticking to the one copy of this game. With my one.
I am at this point. I'm at 3 copies so far. I got my physical edition. I got for Soldier First Class, which that was like a fucking $300 edition, $375, and then I bought me a digital edition, so I'll be able to play it right away. Midnight hits, 11 o'clock actually, and then you're good to go. And then I bought another copy because I did a free Final Fantasy VII Remake giveaway on my stream. So 3 copies, and now this will be my 4th copy of the game. So yeah.
You spent roughly $250 on Final Fantasy VII Remake.
More than that, if you count the...
More than that on the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one's $375, the first Soldier First Class edition.
So getting closer to $500. Yeah.
Yeah, $500, baby. Let's go. I'm okay with that. Completely fine with that. No problem.
I'm so in pain. Please stop saying you're fine with that. Every time you say you're fine with that, I take more psychic damage. Please.
It's the only thing I'll do it on. There's not a single other thing in this world I'll do it on. It's just that.
And then when you consider the statues, and you consider...
I've spent over $1,000 easily on the statues alone.
It.
Alone. 100% alone. Yep.
I'm going to die before this episode's over.
But, to be fair, once
you.
again, as a sales rep, I make commissions, and that's my free money. So, not all
Yeah,
of my
you make
commissions
plenty
are
of
free
money.
So, I'm just saying, my bills are paid. I'm responsible. I at least do that. That will help heal you a little bit. I at least make sure my bills are paid and savings are building.
It does.
That fun stuff. And then
Genuinely, that does
statues. Help. Statues. So
it's not like you're looking at your daughter like, sorry, you don't get formula, little one. Daddy needs a statue.
No.
You would never.
No. We actually just bought her a high chair, a bathing suit, because we're taking her out on the lake this weekend, and went and bought this. This was hilarious. So, my girlfriend's dad, we went to Cabela's and bought Lily a infant life jacket, an actual rated one. So that way she's safe, which basically at that point it's like an air mattress is what it looks like, or a styrofoam mattress is what it looks like. It's just designed to have them like this. So the whole thing. But yeah, so the one that we bought her was rated 30 pounds or less. And her dad's like, I would like to see the 1 pound baby that could fit in that fucking life jacket. I was like, I know, right? 30 pounds or less. Like, there was no cutoff point there. I'm like,
And that's unrealistic. Like,
yeah,
babies are definitely not a one size fits all kind of thing.
No, they're not. Exactly.
They have an upper and lower limit.
It's a little bit. Just a little bit.
A 1 pound baby that can fit in that thing.
Right? I was like, no
They
shit.
probably don't recommend you put a 1-pound baby.
I don't think they.
In the
I mean,
water? Probably not.
Yeah, that would
a
be a
fish
quick
might
way to
eat it.
probably lose your kid for sure, 100%. So, and I'm not meaning that way. I mean like child services lose your kid. So,
Oh, I was thinking alligator snapping
no,
turtle.
no. So yeah, no, we wanted to make sure that she was all nice and healthy and she recovered well. So yeah, that's our fun thing because I officially bought my kayak. So because we've been sharing a kayak for 2, and I officially bought my kayak now, and it just got
Wow,
here today.
your relationship survived that? I'm impressed.
I know. It's
There's a
crazy.
consistent joke if you're buying kayaks.
there?
Is it? Oh, are you? Yeah, it's. Are you
I'm
buying
not privy to
one
this
or
whatsoever.
2? Oh, we're buying 2. Okay, then you intend to stay married after this kayak trip. Like that's the joke.
Oh,
Where is this
okay,
joke
gotcha.
at?
This joke is in very limited circles.
Apparently,
Okay.
because wow, I'm even part of the kayak committee here, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The
All right,
kayak committee.
the kayak
What
committee here.
crap?
Let's
No,
get
you
it.
freaking are not.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten my welcome card yet from Kelsey. She's like, I've got the
No.
guest list right here. I know who's
We
in
got
there.
the guest list. You aren't freaking on it.
But yeah, no, because my back
joke.
issues, it's not very easy for me to stay out there for long periods of time while being in a boat with someone else. Because that's
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
a lot more to push across the lake, and then if you also add Lily on top of that, it's kind of like, eh. So my girlfriend's got her own 2-person kayak. I've got my own 2-person kayak, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of just chill out there on the lake.
Why did you get 2-person kayaks?
Well, she already had one before we even got
Yeah,
together.
why did you get one?
Because one, there's the extra room, so I can put like my cooler and shit in there. Because I have like a little cooler, a little like beers, drinking out on the lake, having a good time, that fun stuff.
I get that.
And
I just have a
on the-
1-person kayak, and there's room for beer.
And on the chance we go to have a second one, because that option is not off the table, then we would be a family of 4, hence 2-2.
Oh. And you want room for a small child, so beer room until small child, and then small
And
child
then small
room.
child room, exactly, correct.
And then you tow the beer.
There, yeah, exactly. I just throw it in the water. Fuck it, it'll come. Just tie rope around it.
It'll come along. You just have this net, and you're all right. Grab daddy a beer. Okay.
Or like one of those small like circle inner tubes that you just like tie up behind it. It's just dragging with it.
Yes, that's exactly
That would
what
be
I was
dumb.
picturing, actually.
Oh man, yeah, no. But yeah, that's all that's been new for me so far. Like I said, integrate. I was pretty excited about that. I will say this. I have to point this out. The gentleman at GameStop was really, really nice. I know I normally spend a good portion of my podcast shitting on GameStop. Dude was really cool, really nice. So
I'm
Although
glad
he
you
was-
finally had a positive GameStop experience.
it was okay. It was just the kind of guy that like I call you and I tell you I'm coming to pick up Integrate because I want the Steelbook copy. I show up with my Clouded Blade hat on and a Cloud T-shirt with Zach in it as well. And I walk up and your first word is, "Oh, so you like Final Fantasy VII? What fucking gave you that hint?" And we start having a conversation, and then he then decided that he was going to tell me how Final Fantasy VII works. I don't think you understand who you're fucking talking to. He's all like, "Oh yeah, so the Final Fantasy VII remake. So this is the way it should work. So whenever you go to play it, you should do this, this, this." I was like, "Let me stop you there. I got it. I'm all right. I've played it. I've beaten it on all difficulties. Like I don't need you to explain to me how to play my favorite game of all time." So he was just like, "And you need to go back and play the original." Do I? Is that what I need to do at this point? Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
So you had an opportunity to be like, I know, right? Everybody should. And instead of having this wonderful moment, you were just like, this man is telling me what to do, therefore I will shit on him.
No, it was more along the lines of he started, and so I decided that since he was trying to go down that route, started with, well, I'm a Final Fantasy fanatic. I've played all of them once, all the originals once, and now I'm going back through and playing them all again. And I have over 180 hours logged into the original 7, then which he still then decided to tell me how I should play the original 7. Once I tell you I have over 180 hours logged into it on one console, my computer, one console. I've beaten that game on the original PlayStation. I've beaten it on the fucking computer. I've beaten it on my Switch, and I've beaten it on my Xbox. Maybe then we can, not tell me how to play that game. Just throwing it out there.
But just because you've beaten it doesn't mean you're any good at it.
Yeah, okay.
I
All
did it on my
achievements, Kelsey.
PSP.
There's a reason why I went to different systems. I had to have every single achievement. I had to 100% that game on every single console, and I did that. Look at my Steam achievements. Look at my fucking Xbox achievements. They're there.
Nobody in
It
this
speaks for itself.
Nobody in this
I
video
believe
call is
you.
arguing with you, thinking that you are not the biggest Final Fantasy VII person.
It's there. That's all I'm saying. It's
You're
there.
like, I
Ruby
will
weapon,
defend
emerald
my
weapon,
territory.
gone.
It's like,
I will.
Nobody's encroaching on this territory.
I will.
Nobody's even here.
I'll die on this fucking heel. All right, I'm okay with that.
You
But
do
no
know
one's
it's
trying to
hill and
kill
not
you on the
heel,
hill.
right? Yeah.
The
That no
the
one's,
Final
no one's
Fantasy
charging up your
one.
hill.
I will say this though, I've started playing 3. I'm enjoying that one a lot. I think that one actually might be the first one. The remake, I might actually be the first one I have Lily play when she grows up, because the characters are real chibi and cartoonish looking, and
Cute.
it's still text. That's the big thing for me. Is I want her first games to be all text based. I don't want voice acting games, so that way she continues to learn to read, and if it's something she wants to do, she will then have to kind of view it as homework as well. So reading, actually getting the learning in. So yep. And I like it. It's pretty cool, especially with the job class systems and stuff like that. I forgot how much it went into that in the third one. I thought that was a little bit later, but it wasn't. So
You realize the likelihood that she is going to have, like, a fair amount of learning-based games long before she gets to something as complicated as Final Fantasy III is pretty high?
yeah, I'm well aware
Okay.
of that. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I'm
meant,
talking
like,
about her
literally
first
the
RPG.
first video game she
Sorry,
ever played.
her first RPG is what I meant to say. Her first RPG. Which brings me, super excited about this, to my next point, my transition, my hard as fuck transition right here. I know
You got excited about before.
I
you
did.
Which
I did
brings me- it's
because
like-
I am super excited about this. So I know what I want her first instrument to be as she's growing up as a kid. What was the first instrument you learned while growing up in school? I'm pretty sure we're probably most likely all the same instrument.
Wait a minute. In school? Because
In
that's not the
school.
same as I ever learned. Okay, in school, probably the recorder, I think.
The recorder, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
JoJo recorder. Imagine how much cooler it would have been to learn how to play the fucking ocarina. Yes, instead of a fucking recorder? Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Yes.
when her teachers tell you, please buy your student a recorder so that way
I'm going to send her to school with the
an
recorder.
ocarina?
Or with the ocarina, yeah. 100%, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's going to get yelled at. She's going to get in trouble.
She'll be
You're going to
alright.
get a call. You're going to
She'll be
defend your
alright.
decision. She's still going to get yelled at and mocked, and people are going to be like, wow, your parents are nerds. And she's going to be like, yeah, I know.
See, I
And
don't
then
know
she's
about
gonna,
that, though.
use her allowance money to sneak away and rebelliously buy herself a recorder. And
That's
that's
fine,
going to
she
be
can do
her
that.
big act of rebellion as a 5-year-old, as a 5th grader, excuse me.
That's fine. She can do that. What I will say is so, because I'm buying me an ocarina and the playbook, so that way because I have to learn how to play it, so that way whenever she goes to play it, I can help her learn how to play it. So I'm not just gonna be like, hey, here's a fucking ocarina, learn how to play it. Like, no, I'm gonna put myself through it as well. So I've already bought mine, and that's on the way. Super excited. I'm super excited to fucking play like Song of Storms. Oh my god. Anyways, so the reason why I don't think she would get bullied though, if she did do something like this, is I think that when we were in school versus the gaming community now, how much more widespread it is, not only with just more people in general of all different ages, but women as well. I really don't think it's going to be the same. I mean, kids are still going to be dicks. Kids are just dicks. Like that's.
I was going to say,
are
yeah,
assholes,
kids
for sure.
look for opportunities to be dramatic about somebody being different. It has nothing to
right,
do with
be
how
different for
widespread.
sure.
Yeah.
But I just feel like video games aren't going to be as much of a hidden in the corner nerd thing that it was when we were in school. Because I remember whenever I was in school, like you didn't want to talk about playing video games because you were a fucking loser if you fucking played video games. Like that was just all there
Oh
was to it.
no!
Yeah, I don't
Everybody
think
talked
that's
about
a
playing
thing
video
anymore.
games.
Okay, well
growing
then we
up.
were in different schools. So that's fine. But yeah, where I was
Yeah,
at, like
your
when
school
Halo came out, we
intentionally
didn't talk
paddled
about
you.
it. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay, how many 8-year-olds or whatever are going to know this game from 1998?
Bro, what are
These
you
kids will be
talking
angry
about?
playing Roblox.
You act like Zelda isn't still coming out. We've got fucking Breath of the Wild 2 on the horizon. What do you want from me?
Like, Ocarina's not in all.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
We
Maybe it
use
is.
Ocarina in
I don't
every
remember.
game. Bro, you're the Nintendo guy on the channel. Don't no. You're losing credibility. There's an ocarina in every Zelda game. Every Zelda game.
No.
I'm
Wind
almost 100%
Waker
sure.
had a.
Oh well, yeah, the Wind Waker.
a
Fair. That's the
baton.
one. You had the stupid wind thing that you had to do the songs
I
with
think
to
the first
change
game
the
had a
wind.
flute.
I'm not talking about original. I'm talking about moving forward. All the new shit, that's all had occarinas.
You attacked his credibility, and he came up with 2 examples of you being wrong. So I feel like his credibility has been reestablished.
2 out of like 25, 28 titles. I mean, there's a lot of Zelda shit.
He didn't say there wasn't in any game. He said it wasn't in every game, and then it turned out
he specifically brought it back to Ocarina of Time. Based off of that alone, the argument can be made that he was specifically talking about one title.
I don't think Breath of the Wild has an ocarina.
Does it not? I don't know about that.
So.
I'm pretty sure there's a musical instrument in Breath of the Wild, and it's ocarina. I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to look it up, and
it's 4 swords.
If you know if there's a
mask,
instrument,
ocarina.
if there's an ocarina specifically in Breath of the Wild, please put it in the comments. I want somebody else to know and to tell them.
There has to be. There
absolutely
has to be. I'm pretty sure that Impa teaches you Impa does the camera bullshit because they have the whole fucking Sheikah slab. I still feel like there's an ocarina. I still feel like you played a song at some point in that game. I only played Breath of the Wild once, so I could be wrong, but I feel like you played songs at some point in that fucking game. Because don't you have to do it to get Epona? Like to get her to come to you? Or is that no? Because you just whistle. That's right.
Yeah,
you just whistle to get Epona.
So
I don't.
I'm just saying.
Still more than one game. Still more than one. Still more than one. And not to mention, those are the games that are getting remade like crazy. So I'm not worried about it. Ocarina of Time, I guarantee you will most likely have a remade version of it. Not the 3DS one. A remade version of it somewhere between the ages of 0 to 10 in my daughter's life. 100%.
I hope
100%
so.
Ocarina will get a remake.
Nintendo is so unpredictable about that shit. Like, you can't count on them to do anything.
Also, my other favorite part of this is you're like 0 to 10 in my daughter's life. When JoJo has a general sense of when your daughter was born, and in 3 or 4 years, he's still going to have a general sense of when your child was born. And so if it's like made at year 11, you can straight up lie to him about when she was born. And he'll be like, all right, looks like you were right on this one.
I like how you're like, you can
know.
straight up lie to him versus you just not assuming that I'm going to obviously
no,
lie
to him. I fully assume you will.
100% that I will. 100%.
If it was year 11,
Zero
you
chance.
would straight up lie to him.
0 chance, exactly. 100%. But yeah, so I'm super excited about that. Super excited about that.
Cool.
So pumped to lie to JoJo.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, no. I'm talking about the ocarina.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm just going with what you grammatically said and taking it out of context.
That's fair. But yeah.
Gotta give you shit for something.
So that's what I've been looking at. And I want to start getting me swords again. I used to have a sword collection. I know I'm being random now, but I used to have a big ass sword collection and I loved it. I had like fucking claymores and scimitars and all kinds of shit. And whenever I moved to Wisconsin, I left all that behind and I have no idea where the fuck any of that's at. I'm going to guess it's just gone. I know some of my friends I gave swords to. I gave my friends swords, so I probably dispersed all of them for all I know. But I want to start collecting some more. I'm going to start with some katanas first because that's my favorite sword. So,
do you know how to use any of them?
Yeah. I actually have. I actually used to take classes. I actually have Boken, like actual practice swords.
Very cool.
Yeah. I thought you knew that.
I forgot, I think, which seems likely, but
yeah.
I have sword classes I want to take for a sword that I own, love, really want to know how to use, and nowhere near me teaches it. So I'm gonna have to go, and when I eventually move somewhere else, that will be one of the criteria. Somewhere nearby knows this particular form of sword fighting and will teach me.
What sword? Yeah, I'm kind of like interested now.
I have a very long battle edge, like made by some of the best sword makers in the entire world. Angel swords. They're the ones that Mythbusters used whenever they were getting swords. Like I met the guy that made it. He's amazing. It's this beautiful Chinese Dao. It's incredible. It's so pretty. It is my defense weapon. So if anybody breaks into my house, you're getting stabbed. Please don't break into my house.
That's the same reason I want to start getting my swords too. Yeah, because I was like, I don't have any weapons besides. I mean, that bow can fuck somebody up, but it ain't gonna. Yeah, I mean, I had to hit them multiple times, but so I think I'm gonna go anime first though for mine. I'm thinking about going some anime routes first for my katanas. I really want to get Rin Goku's sword, which I know neither of you know who that is and what his sword looks like, but oh my god, like his sword guard is like a flame and stuff. Oh,
I recognize the name though. What anime is it from?
you recognize the name because I told you guys that was the movie that me and Megan went and saw, and I cried my fucking eyes out. Demon
Yes.
Slayer. Yeah, because that's my favorite guy, and he fucking died, and it was super fucking sad.
Man, I hope nobody watching this hasn't seen that because you gave away most of the plot of that movie.
Oh, I mean, it's been out for almost a month and a half now, so if you haven't seen it, I don't know what else to tell you at this point. So
Maybe they're waiting to get vaccinated. Like, I feel like that's a reasonable answer. Oh, come on. Don't you give me that. You know it's a reasonable answer.
Currently, people take some time to do things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I like how when we give you totally reasonable, like, counter-arguments, you're just like, I'm gonna treat this like it's a totally unreasonable thing and has no weight. It's similar to me being like, but sometimes the sky's purple, and you're like,
well, I disagree. I disagree solely due to the fact that there's obviously social distancing at movie theaters, one. And then two, on top of that, whenever a movie's been out so long, there's nobody. I mean, when me and Megan went, there was literally like 2 other people there. I mean, whenever a movie's been out for over a month, the chances of other people being there, like fucking 0. So I feel like a month is enough for
going.
The original spoiler was a week, and then as a nation, we just decided 2 weeks would be what it's supposed to be. And so if I double that up due to circumstances, I feel like that's pretty safe. And it's actually more than double; it's triple that up. So, because like I said, it's been a month and a half since the movie came out. So I don't really know what to tell you on that one. Sorry. It's in the manga. They've already talked about it in the anime. If the character's dead, it's canon. Like, I mean, I don't know where else. If you haven't seen the movie, you might be like, I wonder why this dude isn't fucking around anymore. The movie. I don't know what else to tell you. It's canon. So.
Canon.
Yeah. Don't really feel bad, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways. So. But yeah. Katanas. That's my first collection. Yeah. I'm super excited. Been looking and looking.
He transitions hard.
I do. I love it. Well, technically I'm going backwards. But yeah. I found one online and I was super excited about it. And it had really, really good detail. So it was like his sword has like Japanese etching into it, and I got super excited because it looked so good. And then what I found out whenever I was looking at how much it was and whether I wanted to actually purchase this one or not was that they took pictures of an actual katana made, and what they're selling is actually a toy sword, cosplay replica, because as I'm reading the description, all of a sudden it goes, and you can press this button on the handle and it plays 60 different noises that Rengoku said in the movie. And I was just like, well, this is not what I'm looking for. I was like, I can imagine someone breaking in and me standing there and I press the button, all of a sudden my sword's like, fire breathing, first form. And the dude's just like,
oh
the
my
fuck
God.
is this nonsense?
The best part about that would be that the person breaking in would then be like, oh, good, I've got a nerd. I'll just kill him. Like, there's no way they can take me out. And unfortunately, it'd be you as the nerd, and you're kind of strong.
Yeah. It'd be fun. I was just like, I can't imagine that, because I was talking about this last night, about this whole like funny kind of situation whenever you think about, like the fucking weird occurrences. I used to live in a 3rd-story condo, and I would have people over a lot, and they would yell at me because I would tell them about, like, oh yeah, whenever I go to sleep, like I'm a big person, like locking on my doors, but whenever I lived in that condo, I would never lock my patio door, ever. And like, you don't ever keep that locked? I was like, no. And they're like, why? Because you got like the whole like wooden thing that you can put in front of it and stuff like that too, to keep the screen door from coming through. I was like, yeah, I just never do that. And they're all like, but aren't you just worried about somebody breaking in? I'm like, dude, this is a 3-story condo. I'm on a 3rd floor and I'm on a hill. Who the fuck is robbing me? Spider-Man? Like, if they can climb all the way up here and get into my fucking patio door, I'll help them carry the shit out. I'd be like, dude, fucking congrats. What do you want? I'll fucking help you walk it out. Like, I mean, I don't know what else you want from me at that point. Like, yeah, I just was like,
whatever they want from you, apparently.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. It's fucking TV. You want it? All right, cool. I'll fucking help you. Let's go. Like, I was like, who's robbing me? Spider-Man? Jesus Christ. But now, 1st floor, That would see. That's the only thing I hate about houses. So many houses have that glass door, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at
It
all.
feels like a security risk.
It feels like a huge security risk.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that at all. So that's one of the things that I'm hoping whenever I'm going to do this house search again here soon and moving into my house that's not going to be an issue. But every fucking house we saw when we were doing this house search about a couple months ago, every fucking one has that damn door now. It is just mass popular. Quickest way to get to your grill. I don't give a shit about that. That's also the quickest way to get in my house. Like, what you want from me? I do not like that at all. So, I don't know. Because I have one in my apartment, but I'm like second floor. So that one I keep locked. Because that one, realistically, I feel like somebody could get to. But the other one,
very easily.
But yeah. Oh well. But, yeah. It's an awkward podcast. Not a lot to go over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You know.
See,
don't
you wish I had fungus news right now?
I guess. I mean,
don't you wish?
You're already getting comments that people want to hear about how we're gonna fucking die every week.
I'm so happy about that. Oh, that's wonderful.
They want her to do like each week be like do it like a super monster where it's like this week is about insects and then this week is about fungus and then this week is about volcanoes or whatever. Yeah. Told you. People get excited for all kinds of shit.
Yeah, there's a lake I want to say in Russia that just belched out a whole bunch of it's a volcanic lake, and it belched out I want to say a bunch of carbon monoxide, and carbon monoxide is heavier than air, I believe, and so it's in a valley, so this lake belched it out, and there was a town right there. Everybody in the town died.
No, hey.
Gigantic amount of gas just belched out of the lake, and they couldn't figure out what the hell was going on because they're just like the whole town just shut down one night and everyone was dead. And yeah, randomly volcanic lakes, like the gas just bubbled up and killed everybody. So maybe don't sleep by a lake, maybe do, who knows. Carbon monoxide death I don't think is the worst way to go. I feel like that you just get real sleepy and then you're good.
There
are worse ways.
There are.
See
now I wonder if everybody's detectors were going off in their houses. You know how you have those fucking detectors?
Yeah.
The small ones on the wall. That picks it up, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure in Soviet Russia, like, carbon monoxide detects you.
Wait, was this recent or was this in Soviet Russia?
I think this was... I don't actually know. I think this was a little while ago. Like, Soviet Russia may have been a thing. I don't think this was... in the last 10 years. I think this was much further away than that. I realized Soviet Russia was not in the last 10 years. I want to be clear. I know that. Like, I'm under the impression this story is probably about 40 to 50 years old.
Oh, okay. I felt like... just how you brought it up, since it was, like, right there on top of your head, I was taking a wild guess that this was, like, current. Yeah.
No, okay. It was I don't have fungus news, and people want, like, how could we possibly die this week? So the volcanic gases, death, lake, bubble, boom, there you go.
Stay away from lakes. There you go.
Stay very close to lakes. Lakes are fantastic. Just realize that, we like to pretend that if we do everything right, we're not going to die. And there is zero evidence to prove that. Like, the people that survive certain things are kind of the lucky ones. So it might be hit by a car. It might be COVID. You might get killed by sulfuric gas. You might get killed by carbon monoxide bubbling out of a lake. You don't know. Do your best.
Probably not going to get killed by sulfuric acid. I think I know that's not happening.
I feel like there would have to be a whole bunch of changes in your life in particular, JoJo, before you'd get there.
Right.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
But there are other people that I know that are scientists that work, like, did you know sulfur was used in the refinement of sugar? I did not until I drove past a sulfur plant in the middle of the night, or not a sulfur plant, a sugar plant in the middle of the night, and the smell was horrific. It was so bad for like 70 miles. It was horrible. And yeah, it's used, they they think like I think they melt sulfur to refine sugar or something like that. It's insane. Look it up if you're interested. It's crazy. Smells awful. Colorado has a town full of it. It's very terrible.
Now the real question is, was it actually sulfur, or is the place just haunted by demons?
Is it just demons everywhere? Well, the demons are making sugar for them, so they're well employed. If it is demons.
I mean, think about it. Fucking take over the world, make everybody fat. It's not a bad plan.
Well, I mean, picture it if you're the demon. You're like, all right, I am getting summoned up out of my, home of nasty. I am ready to smite some human beings. I'm ready to lay down the pain. And they're just like, no, go sit over there and make sugar.
But that's what I'm saying. The demon's running it, though. The demon's running the corporation. You
That's
know
a
what I
longer
mean?
con.
It's a longer con. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's all like, I might not win now, but years from now, whenever like all you would be able to run away from my minions, you're going to be too fucking fat because I'm just going to feed sugar to everybody. Yeah, that's what it is. We need to get fucking Sam and Dean to that fucking sugar place ASAP before that show ends.
The show's ended. It's done.
It is done? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know the dude that plays Dean, Jason Eccles, right?
No, God. No.
What's his name?
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen Ackles, whatever. Anyway, he's going to be coming over to The Boys, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm sorry, that fucking is a bad thing for you.
Well, I love him, so he can do anything he wants. But I hate The Boys, so...
The Boys is such a great fucking show.
How do you feel about the other guy becoming like Walker, Texas?
I also
didn't know
love
that
him,
was
and
a
he
thing.
can do whatever he wants. And that's great. Cool. Good for him. I feel like Walker, Texas Ranger is kind of a complicated character because of things that have happened with Chuck Norris later, but cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just he has to stand there and kick people.
Yeah, great. He can stand there and kick whoever he wants. I'll watch. I'll film. I'll be delighted to see that happen.
Good news for TV.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Or maybe already on your TV. I have no idea anymore.
I was
Yeah.
unaware he was becoming Walker, Texas Ranger.
I was unaware of that as
Yeah.
well. Did not know that was a
That's
thing.
awesome.
I don't know why I know that.
You got me. You know what Castiel's up to as well? I mean, he was the other big fucker in there. So, fucking the
Castiel.
angel guy, whatever his
Yeah.
name is. I don't know. I haven't seen a show in fucking forever. Kelsey got correct me. Good lord.
You don't say things properly, and I twitch
That's
every
fine.
time. And at some point,
They're
I'm
made
hoping
up
that you'll.
fucking people.
There are a lot of people.
Anyways, no, I have no idea what Misha Collins is up to.
Yeah, I had no idea who the actor was. So
He's
I
an
wasn't even gonna
adorable
try that
human
one.
being, though. He's totally different when the camera's off. He becomes very cute very fast, and it's wonderful.
He's like a Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, kinda. That's a great comparison. I think he'd love to be compared to Hugh Jackman. I think he'd be very delighted by that.
Hugh Jackman's awesome. I like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's amazing.
I like him and Ryan Reynolds' feud. That's some fun shit right there.
That's a wholesome thing. That is just very pleasant.
Yeah. Especially whenever Hugh did his commercial and he just knocked the fucking gin over and just let it fucking spill out all over
Yeah.
the floor. And he's like, he's got a gin. I haven't tried it. But yeah, you can buy it if you want. And that's just like, pretty fucking good. That's pretty fucking good.
You just enjoy people being assholes.
I do. I really fucking do. That is my shit. I love it. It's great. I watch nothing but content like that where people are just assholes. Fucking Gordon Ramsay, fucking top dog. John Taffer, another one. My boy El Presidente, fucking Dave Portnoy. There's another one. Just assholes. I love them. Every single one of them. They're so great. Every single one of them. It's the content I like. It's great. I want
Each
somebody to
their
just go
own.
in there and just be a dick. It's so great.
There's so many people being a dick so many other places that I don't want that in my media. I do not watch assholes. I do not enjoy assholes.
I do. It's so great. I mean,
Yeah,
to
we're
be
allowed to be
fair, I'll say this. I'll give it to you on Portnoy. The other two I won't because they have legitimate reasons to be fucking pissed. More than half the time, the only time I ever see them get mad and yell is when people are literally just being rude and disrespectful to their customers or serving uncooked food. That's when they fly off the handle. They're like, you're gonna get fucking somebody sick and kill somebody, you fucking idiot. Like, that's when they get mad. Like, that is when they fucking lose their shit. So it's kind of fair. I agree with that. Especially whenever Taffer used to send like his daughter and his wife in for his recon because they wanted to be part of the show. So he'd let them be the recon. He's like, you're gonna get my fucking wife killed. I gotta stop her from eating that. He's like, this dude's fucking touched raw chicken, touched every fucking thing else in the damn kitchen, and hasn't washed his fucking hands once. I was like, oh my god, that's fucking gross. So yeah. I just love the power those guys have, like where they can walk in somewhere, they don't own it at all, and they could just shut that whole fucking thing down. There's been multiple times where they walked in, they're all like, kitchen's done. Tell all these people to fucking leave. Get all their plates before you send somebody to the fucking hospital. The shit's done. It's closed. Done. You're done for the night. No more food is coming out of here. And it's just like, and they just listen. They just fucking listen. They're just like, all right, yep, nope. He fucking runs the place now because we're on his TV show. So fucking whatever he says goes. It's like,
well, I was going to say, they probably signed a contract saying if he shuts it down, you have to roll with it. So they're just like, all right, I'm going to do what I signed a contract to do.
I agree, but I wonder where the logistics are at in that. Because in the first night before they start doing any work, he has the opportunity to just be like, I'm not doing this, and then just leave. Both him and Ramsey have walked away from places. That has actually happened, where they walked in and they're all like, this is what you have to do. And if you're not going to do, like, for instance, like, your fucking kitchen's filthy. Fucking clean it. If I'm back here tomorrow and that kitchen's not clean, I'm not fucking helping you. And they'll come back. Obviously, people are showing they don't give a shit. He's like, I'm not going to invest my money into you as a person and as a place when you can't even do a simple fucking task, like make sure your shit is clean for me to fucking be here and actually start doing something. No, I'm not doing this. And then they walk away.
It is weird now, years into this thing, people on that show don't know, like, I don't know, maybe just wash some stuff before he shows up. No, he's coming. Just in your oven, man.
It's one of those things where it's like, well, the ones that get me the most are the ones that lie about it. It's like, you know he's gonna check. Like, whenever they go to, like, fryers or something, when's the last time you cleaned your oil? Oh, yeah, we cleaned that, like, last week. And first thing he does is grab, like, a spatula, go down to the bottom of that shit. And you just see all this fucking muck and shit coming up from the top. And he's like, last week? Last week? You cleaned this last week? Like, that's when he starts getting pissed. Like, you're gonna fucking sit here and lie to me? Like, I'm here to fucking help you. And you're gonna be an asshole and lie to me in my face? Just tell me it's not clean. I know you're not gonna like me yelling at you for it not being clean, but this is worse, right? This is worse, right? It's like, yeah, no shit. Like, why fucking lie? But, I mean, to be fair, there are some of those where it's like fucking, there was this one that was actually like real fucking heartbreaking where like the dude's kid died. It was like a 6-year-old little boy died. And like, he just didn't have it in him anymore. He's like, I don't have my passion. He's like, I know I should have shut this down a long time ago. He's like, every day I come to work, it's just painful. I think like the restaurant was named after his son and shit like that too. And he's like, just every day it's fucking painful. And he was like, and they sympathize. I think that's like one of the times that John actually like cried on the TV with the dude. That, and then there was like, he did veterans sometimes have, I can't remember what they're called. They're like veteran owned bars, but they're like within like, not necessarily an army base, but it's not like for anybody else, but like vets and their families to go to. And they're called like some kind of like, I don't know if it was a VFW though. See, that doesn't, I know what a VFW is. I don't know if that's the same thing. But it was like, they called it like a station. I know that for sure, but I can't think of there was like another term they used in VFW. And yeah, he was just like, you guys served our country and now like this is what you're left here to work with and no one's giving you a budget, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, I feel for you. Like, he's like, I've done a lot of shit for the Army. I served myself. Like, and it's like this big old emotional episode and shit, so... Some of them, like I said, they just got a rough go. Some of them just don't give a shit. They literally just don't give a shit. Like, there was one guy he invested all his money into, completely changed his entire bar. And then he did, like, a callback where he came back 2 years later. And the fucking place was, like, run down. There was fucking mold all over the place. And then he comes in, and he's like, you want me to invest more money for what? He's like, you own another bar, don't you? He's like, yeah. He's like, why don't we go look at that? I guarantee you that fucking place is fucking spotless. That you use this fucking place as an empty husk to fund money for that fucking place. He's like, so you want me to give you more money so you can put it into that fucking place and let this place rot? I'm not fucking doing it. And I was like, go, John. Walk out. Fuck that guy.
Huh.
So, yeah. I don't know. Interesting. I like it. I like that kind of TV. It's fun to me. I don't like reality shows, though. I tried getting into like Jersey Shore when all that came out because my fucking friend Joey was every day Kelsey. you would wake up to this motherfucker walking in like, burgers for the boys, because that's what they said on the show, like every morning, or like Cavs here, like every fucking morning. And I kid you not, this dude watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians, fucking Jersey Shore, like all that mainstream live reaction show shit. He loves all that stuff. I can't do it.
Huh. I technically knew those people existed.
Who?
I didn't.
Jersey Shore?
No. People that watch reality TV like that.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I know they exist because that TV exists and continues to exist. But at some point, I kind of thought that we all just decided as a country that, like, all right, they can have their TV show, let them have it, but nobody actually watches it.
No.
And nobody needs to know that. Apparently, I'm wrong.
You have not met Joey. You have
No.
but you've not
Sounds
met
like
Joey that way.
Joey could kind of walk me through why this show is culturally relevant.
There we go.
And I don't think I want
DFU
to
on the
learn that.
Jersey Shore. Let's go.
No, please, no, don't make me learn that. Do not let people ask for that.
Okay, let me tell you about Cookie and the situation. And then the others. I don't remember.
Oh,
JWoww.
Snooki. There was Snooki.
I'm sorry.
JWoww.
JWoww?
Yeah,
Yeah.
JWoww, Snooki. Let me see if I can remember all of them, because I did watch the first season with him, and I finally was like, this is terrible. This is a fucking horrible show. There was Snooki, JWoww, Polly D, Vinny, and then there was Sam, and I can't remember her boyfriend's name. He was like the fucking huge muscle guy. I can't remember his name. I
These
feel like there's
people are
somebody
comic
I'm
book
missing.
characters.
Oh, is there
They're-
actual?
Real life
Yeah.
Italian Americans.
Yep.
They existed. They were part of the culture for a while there, and then
For
they
a
kind
while.
of disappeared.
Some of them are still doing a lot. I know Pauly D is like a big fucking DJ. And Vinny, I think, has like some kind of like love matchmaker show now. And then the only reason I know this was because this popped up on my Facebook, where I would never do this in my fucking life, where you get to go with a friend or a loved one and blind pick tattoos for each other. Never would happen in my fucking life. This one dude literally got tattooed on his girlfriend a fucking toilet, and it said, "You're dumped." Literally was her tattoo, and it was on her fucking back. Literally was her tattoo.
Was that him breaking up with her?
He was like, at the end of it, he was like, "Oh, it's all just a joke, babe. It's just a joke. Like, it's funny. Ha ha ha." Like, obviously, I'm not gonna dump you. It's like, and she stayed with him. I was
Not
like,
funny.
you should have fucking dumped him. Like, fuck you. No.
But then you have to date
Snooki's
with
on
this
that.
toilet on your back, and like
Yep.
that's got to be challenging.
Yep. So, but yeah, Snooki is on that. So, there's that.
For her. Good for her.
Good for
And-
her.
Is Snooki is a hot woman, correct?
No.
Does Snooki
No.
believe Snooki is a hot
No.
woman?
Yes.
She's a woman.
Yes. Let's say this. Her last appearance, which isn't actually an appearance, was her being this little goblin gremlin monster on South Park. So I can't even remember what they called her on that, but that shit was so fucking funny.
And why did people hate her?
The same reason people hated all of them. They're annoying.
It's on Jersey Shore.
They're
That's
fucking
why.
annoying.
okay.
Yeah, they're just annoying individuals. You would watch that show, and within the first fucking, I don't even think you'd make it 10 minutes into an episode, and you would cut that shit off. There's nothing entertaining about it. It's not comical. There's nothing entertaining. I don't know how people watch that shit. Like, it's just people who are just being assholes all the time to people. Like, they have, I mean, they
That's
literally.
your favorite thing.
Let me rephrase that. I like assholes who have actually done something to be where they're at and actually get to choose to be that asshole, to where, like, they, for instance, on this thing, in order for them to stay in the house, they have to get jobs, right? They don't give a shit. They show up to these actual respectable stores dressed like they're fucking employees and are like smoking on the floor, ignoring customers and texting because they're too cool. They're on a reality TV show to fucking be here because they're playing up that fucking persona. That kind of shit. It's like, no, you're just being fucking lazy. I don't get into all that. John Taffer is like one of the top fucking, like, I mean, he's in literally the goddamn nightclub hall of fame for all the fucking bars and shit he owns. I don't have to even talk about fucking, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, right?
And I don't even have to talk about fucking Gordon Ramsay. Everybody fucking knows that fucking name. Dave Portnoy's been running fucking companies since he was like fucking 18. So there's a difference.
Very
But Snooki.
tan.